Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Abyss. Why is this not working? Hold on. Oh, is it working? Why can't I see this anymore? Whoop. Oh, I see. That's why. Test. Okay, there we go. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Abyss. Today, we will be playing... hold on one second. Hey, bro! Can you mute in the stream? Inside of the other thing? The Streamlabs collab cam thing.
It's not on my screen at the moment. What's going on?
Well, I can hear your music playing.
Is that better?
No. By the way, we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
busy.
Well.
I don't know how to turn off the music.
Okay. Well, we're looking for a game to capture. Always good. Oh God. Oh God.
You okay?
I'm breaking everything.
Oh, why are you doing that?
Dude, it was working 3 seconds ago. Huh? I can still hear your music, by the way. It's in the collab cam window.
I don't
just mute yourself in the window.
I don't have that.
Just mute yourself on the collab cam.
I don't have that. Open.
No, I mean in Streamlabs. Go to the collab cam scene item.
I don't have that in my current screen.
Do you have it open in a window, a browser?
No.
I can't force mute you. Oh my God.
Okay.
I figured it out.
Better?
Well, I just muted the tab.
The music already ended, so...
Well, doesn't matter anymore.
Hi there, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome to back. In the great land of old Japan, I mean America, a man will rise. A man will rise and become a legendary defense attorney. And have epic music play in the background. Anyway, my brother and I are playing Ace Attorney because we're going to hold off on Soma for a little bit, and other plans seem to really fall through because of misunderstandings on my part. All my bad. So, yeah, that's also why we're late. So, I really need to make that bingo sheet.
Oh my God, it's so quiet. It's either on full blast or off.
Also, it'd be that way sometimes.
This is going to be very interesting considering it's like you don't use your mouse at all.
Why not?
Because all of the controls are done through the keyboard controls. And I can change it, but it's like... Here, I'll just show you. It's...
Oh, wait.
WASD, arrow keys, HNBM, and space ZRTEQ.
Well, considering that this is built off of a, like, I want to say DS game, I'm a little surprised about the no mouse portion of it.
Yeah, I am too. Oh, hey, would you look at that? I'm live.
You're live. I'm live. I breathe.
And we do breathe, indeed. We all breathe together.
What Ace Attorney games have I played? I've played...
Starting.
Most of them. I think I've played just about all of them. Though the problem here is not what I've played, as much as what do I have retained from what I played. Though I'm not entirely certain that I played the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I played Phoenix Wright side of the stories, but not the other guy. What was his name? Apollo, I think it was.
I have no idea. I played none of them. Well, I played Professor Layton's crossover, but that's it. So we're gonna just do new game.
I played that too. Oh man, the Professor Layton crossover one. That one's so good.
After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far
cursor. I see your cursor.
Woo! Oh, woo! Look at that one! Look at that one!
Making life in the capital.
All got a good
flying. Oh no! The flying cursor. Hi, Penguin.
And some
Apollo Justice. Yeah, I don't think I've played Apollo Justice.
Ah!
Oh, he just got startled from a firework. It's okay.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was.
Oh, I was about to say they're not going to show it, are they?
Story.
This is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where I guess we're playing as an. I guess we're playing as an ancient school detective.
Sure.
Attorney? I don't know. It's 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants, Antechamber 5. Antechamber?
Antechamber, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Boop.
Boop.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan? What was that, Flash? Waiting to decide my fate. In orange. Hi.
Hi.
The bailiff.
What?
Oh, no, nothing.
Save your glares. Murderer!
Sorry.
No emotion, my god.
My name is Rinosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, waiting my trial. Oh, it's an actual 3D model. Oh, that's creepier. That's enough! He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer.
And who are you?
I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Oh god, I'm myself and my lawyer.
Wait a second. Your lawyer has perpetual wind animation.
That's how you know he's a good guy.
That's how you know he's a cool good guy. Lawyer.
Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue, or I will slice you in half with this katana I just happened to have on me.
Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet.
And why do you have a sword? And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Nice burn. Right, Rinosuke? Oh! Yes, of course. Sorry.
Just smack! Bam! Boom!
Oh my god, he's an idiot. What are you apologizing for? Oh, No, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha! There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Ah.
Oh my god.
Well, I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? No way! Oh, I totally murdered it. I mean, of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it! I could never murder someone! Kazuma! There's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Rinosuke. Cause I murdered him. I mean,
What? Sorry, what'd you say?
Asogi, my best friend. Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He has sideways wind constantly blowing next to him. Oh, excuse me, it's not that impressive. Well, I didn't read that. I didn't press to do the thing.
It's not that impressive.
The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly this. Oh, you said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
Yes, that's when all this started. I like how I just like can imagine that halfway through I'm talking to him and then I just turn to like a side like whose line is it anyways noir film style. And then this all started 3 days ago. Why are you talking to yourself?
Yeah, right.
Oh, now it's drawn. Congratulations, Kazuma.
Oh.
It looks like you're going to study abroad at last. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So, you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Like some sort of wind that magically constantly flows across his body. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing, with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish you could see it too. Then come with me! We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow. No, see you in English class tomorrow then, partner. It was 3 days later I murdered my professor. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Oh, it wasn't even 3 days. Understood? Back to my wind blowing. Asogi, may I have a word? Uh-oh. I can't tell. Oh, who said it?
It was you.
Professor, I didn't know you were coming.
Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers.
No! To His Excellency's chambers? Why?
He was looking for you before. The before times.
Oh,
you advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result.
Who is this man? Feels though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then.
I shall accompany you.
Alright then, Rinosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma.
Well, I do like the 3D models with the added animation that they give.
Yeah. This is awkward.
If I may.
No. Yes, sorry.
You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
My name is Yujin Mikotoba. Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Mikotoba!
Ah, Professor Migatoba. I heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad.
Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand.
Huh?
As such, I feel you should know.
Know what?
Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain.
Here, sir, here's your coffee.
However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again.
Le gasp. What?
As I suspected. You were unaware of this.
Indeed.
I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you.
Talk so slow. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing?
The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study, of course. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. All right, so, bro.
I don't believe it.
Bro.
Yes.
I'm getting a message here saying, I should mention to you, this isn't just court. It's anime court, where if the killer isn't found in 3 days, the accused will still be found guilty, even if the evidence is airtight proof of innocence. Okay?
Huh? But I have irrefutable proof. That doesn't make any sense. I didn't do it, I swear. I'm not a murderer.
I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless.
The court laws are the court laws. 3 days or you're dead. I'm sorry.
That's pretty much it. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task.
Apparently, even if I do that, that's not enough.
You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial.
I'm sorry? What do you mean? And don't tell me that I have 3 days to live otherwise. Oh.
You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway.
But then what should I do?
Well, tuck your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Naturally, I'm going to suggest
not
doing anything. I'm not going out there. You hear me? Out there is going to be pretty tough, even for me. I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction.
Right. So...
As soon as the trial starts...
You're fucked.
The judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, You must answer before anyone else.
Oh, no.
You must say, I do. You see, you're getting married.
I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusation? Do you accept the accusations brought before you?
Of course not. Defendant!
Ah! Flashbang out!
Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Granted, that should have been a little more militant sounding, not as gruff, but whatever. It would seem our
surreptitious discussions are to be cut short.
So allow me to summarize. I use big words. Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial.
Smile.
Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway.
This is it. This is my one chance. If this trial goes badly, I lose everything. I go back to jail. I can't go back to jail. I can't go back.
I want to see this.
Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I gotta go to jail if I'll be found guilty of murder.
The worst thing to be put into jail for.
Manslaughter. With absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on the unforgettable trial. We slowly get closer to my one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny.
Oh, God.
Egad.
Yeah, I just realized in the tabletop setting, I'll be going to court too.
Yes, but there I'm the judge.
22nd November, 9 o'clock a.m., Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2.
Oh my God! I didn't realize I was such a crackhead. Oh my God, those eyes though.
With those eyes.
Oh my God. So this
you are standing
is a
at
courtroom.
Attention. Anime court, guilty before proven innocent. Wait, that's just actual Japanese court. Wait, this is America. Wait. Well, no, this is feudal Japan. That's what it said.
Yeah, this is before any modern Western culture was brought over. So yeah, this guilty. The Supreme.
I guess it's.
Oh, it's probably the Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there.
I mean, fair.
The powers that have... Oh, flashbang. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now... You need to concentrate, Rinosuke. It's about to begin. Oh my. The court will now hear the trial of Rinosuke Naruhodo.
Naruhodo.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency.
Oh God, it's the glasses guy that's in every beginning Ace Attorney.
As is the defense. Oops, that was the judge's voice. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of an advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedures for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Oh, why in a noir film? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Oh God, choices!
Do we want to risk?
Wait.
Do we want to risk the guy? Do we want to do it ourselves? No.
I don't know the implications. What does answering I do mean? Am I getting married?
Doesn't that mean that I'm gonna be representing myself? Or you're gonna be representing yourself?
Oh wait. Oh, it's spacebar. Oh. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate. Oh!
Yes. Why are you looking around like that?
What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that Rinosuke Naruto, will be defending myself.
Well, you know what they say about a...
What?
What?
What are you playing at, Rinosuke? Professor Mikitoba told me... Oh, that's me. Professor Mikitoba told me everything, just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off. No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikitoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Huh? Oh! Yes, exactly! Exactly what I wasn't thinking! I'm not confident at all! In fact, my mind's a complete blank!
Classic.
I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
Huh. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
Oh. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judiciary of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Good God. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous. I can't even remember that. What was it again? Rinosuke. You dumbass, did you forget the name?
Stand up straight.
Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You fool! You absolute buffoon! He know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that! It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of E. Now's not the time for memes! E. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press E for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now, Cosmo, Jesus. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now, try switching to people instead with E. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back. John H. Wilson, the victim of the case. He was visiting professor of medicine at UMA University from the British Empire. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Okay. We found in the court. Crap. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on.
Answer the question.
Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Don't ignore that. And then press Z to R to present. R. Yes. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to UMA University 3 years ago. Indeed. Which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial UMA University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution while marauding around, that provides your education. Have you no honor?
Objection. But I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Peculiarities. Jesus. Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible.
That's why you have 3 days.
All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. Or was he?
Wait.
But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference from me here.
Hold on. Is this the explanation for the World of Phoenix, right, and the Ace Attorneys as to really why all trials are 3 days long? Because an Englishman ended up dying and that set the precedent?
I don't know, but okay. I was wondering when the camera was going to stop zooming in.
I was very curious about the zoom.
The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think...
It's incredible to think, just in general. Right now, your mind went blank.
Wait! Oh. Who's that
I'd
man?
love to think.
I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain.
Stream is frozen? Uh-oh.
I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. Is it?
Audio's fine. Screen is not. Oh, damn. Let's see.
So I went over to the professor's table, and I shot him. I mean,
And then I missed.
I missed. Got a popsicle.
What's going on with my stream?
I'm looking up my own stream to see if it's off.
It's just a little behind. No, it's going on my end.
Yeah, mine's still up. Yep, mine's caught up too.
Yeah, mine's caught up. Okay, works now. Maybe it was when we just paused for that brief moment.
Maybe. And introduce myself to Dr. Wilson.
One of my Firefoxes want to keep crashing on me. What the heck?
Now, then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death.
Huh.
The cause of death. Well, obviously that was, Rinosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence.
Assertion.
Assertion. Thank you. Sorry, I just have a funny way of saying that word. By evidence.
Assertion.
But how?
By assertating yourself.
Find the piece of evidence that that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. I am a student! Collar pin! Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. was caused by loss of blood from the gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body, though. R. Yes! Well... according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to a gunshot trauma.
Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it?
Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy.
To make sure.
But here in Japan,
know how
a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later, I understand completely.
Wait.
What's wrong?
Okay, so over in England, they do a full-blown autopsy to make sure of all the reasons for the cause of death. Over here, yeah, we just kind of look at it and be like, oh, yeah, there's a hole.
He's got a hole in the front, no hole in the back,
Yeah,
and he's not breathing. I think he's dead. What do you want?
He's dead due to a bullet.
Bullet, I guess. I heard a bang. Witnesses say there was a bang. Looks like a gunshot. Smells like a gunshot. I guess it was a gunshot.
Yeah. Must have been.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. I don't really know what it's called, but this is just so-called photographic.
Bro, learn to read. Come on now.
You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion.
Uh-huh.
In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, that was what I was actually about to say. That residue there would indicate that it wasn't shot from far away to hit the victim in the chest.
It's true, however, it could also mean a lot of other things, but we'll get into that later. Thank you, counsel.
Yeah.
The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Sorry. It's already here in the courtroom. I don't know why I said that. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. I also didn't read that at all. Nope. Nope. E, people. E. No. This. Photographic print that shows the victim. He was shot from the front in the chest and subsequently died. Okay. Z. Back. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Oh.
It's amazing.
Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
He's the most powerful character in the fighting game. Or characters. Good times, that game.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. The defendant.
This is it, then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikatoba? Yes. Clearly, you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah! Of course! When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first.
That's a good point.
I know, yeah, right? Oh, hello, dignified gentleman.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
I wonder if the witness is the killer. That's very possible. Of course. My name is Sarato Hasanaga. I am the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called La Carnival.
And he's dying. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, Click.
It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me.
Well, it really should.
As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. The grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. In
Occidental
eatery. These days, 3 days ago.
I've never heard of Occidental. I was thinking it was supposed to say accidental, but it's like, no, that says eatery at the end. Is that, what the heck is that?
That's a good word. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about... Wait, what? It is Hosonaga. It's not me? No, I'm someone else. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident.
At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
No, perspiring, maybe, but aspiring?
It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few
Objection!
dinners at the time of day.
Objection! Oh.
The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied.
Okay. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place.
It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery.
Ah!
A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Excuse? Hold on!
Yes?
Let me just... Oh! Oh! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw you, amateur.
Of what he saw, you amateur.
Wait, he saw you, amateur.
But... God, this is the worst having to deal with newbies. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. That's who I am. Don't worry, Rinosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
Whoa. What happened?
What do you mean?
The screen got all pixelated for some reason.
Well, it's your turn to read.
Alright.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
Yes.
No.
But, what?
There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
Huh? Wait,
That
what did you
wasn't
just
the
say?
stream. Yeah, that was not the stream messing up. That was, well, my feed.
There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Rinosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table.
Hi, Diamond Fox.
Really? Hey, how's it going? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Oh.
Interject? Interject.
Yeah. Because I have evidence.
Yes! Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, dear me.
Dear me.
Oh, right.
I'm the annoying lawyer, okay?
You just
What
take
are we
forever
going
to answer.
It takes a little while for the stream to reach me.
Okay.
Dear me, what are we going to do with you?
It's like you start reading just as the words are appearing on my end. I'm just like,
No.
what the heck?
With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw. Osanaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy?
No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone.
I don't believe it.
Weapons to kill her. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to.
Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume.
That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. This doesn't prove that.
Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter.
Thank you, sir. That doesn't prove that.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Oh, well.
Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court office at once.
Of course. Here you are.
What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been added to the court record.
Look at the back. Look at the back. Look at the back. Look at the back of the business card.
I will.
So, the court has now heard a precise of the case.
Yes.
I've heard of these words. I've never seen these words before.
I know. And you're not the only one on some of them. Some of them are a bit above my vocabulary range as well. And I've probably said them before too, but I know some of these.
Ace Attorney, a game that's rated T for teen.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's for college and above, graduate level people apparently.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to know what's being said,
if you haven't passed the bar exam, you don't know what's happening.
Hey, the future court also accepted the idea that a man with a broken neck would write a dying message. So it also accepted the testimony of I think it was a
ghost.
Parrot. No, a parrot. The testimony of a parrot, and I think it also accepted the testimony of a dolphin. Yeah, future court's weird.
Okay, anyway, yes. At the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here.
Why am I stuck?
Defendant Naruhodo, are you stuck?
I'm a little. I don't understand. Why am I stuck?
What?
I'm not hopping up and down.
You are on my end.
You hop up and down. I'm not. I'm just stuck in the hi, how you doing pose.
Oh, not on my end. On my end, you're hopping up and down, and now you're not.
Huh.
Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment.
I call this
waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime.
What do you think I should do, Cosmo? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba's said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution.
Huh.
I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this.
Fixed it.
As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you.
Thank you.
And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself?
What? Of course not.
The battle hasn't even begun yet, Rinosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. Your Innocency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is.
Edgeworth, is that you at that point? Your
Indeed.
ancestor?
Prosecution Aochi, please continue with proceedings.
Oh, God. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
Oh my God. Be careful, sir. Don't run with that edge you have. Ugh. That was so cringy.
In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever.
Objection! He's making blatant threats to me. Can we arrest this man?
I'm just stating the future. The prosecution calls its next witnesses multiple.
At what? Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Back to back.
All at once.
Oh my God, they did.
Oh, hey. By the way, ouchie. Okay, ouchie is pronounced ouchie. Yeah, figured.
Ouchie.
Yeah, it's like the beginning of our last name, A-U. Ow.
Yep.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Did my stream die? No, okay, good.
I don't know, did it? Okay.
Whoa! Yes, sir. The great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ieyasu Nosa reported for duty, sir.
Myself, I find employ as the purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorences of our nation.
Effervescent.
Nippon.
Nippon.
Effervescent. And to conduct my trade from Rasute. Our humble premise is in the 2nd District, Kyorio Kurakota, at your service. My name is pretty hard to pronounce, you see.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. This thing is quiet. What is that?
I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer.
That's legitimate.
And it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident.
Question, can I do this right now?
Apparently you can.
I can only see, I can only zoom in. Wait, there's hidden stuff.
Yeah, there is hidden stuff. Is that the other side that we're seeing through the lens?
Oh, interesting.
Huh. I wonder if one of those men is the killer. Yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible the woman, the soldier, the waiter, or the antiquities guy is the murderer. And then it turns out it's Ouchie all along.
Is that correct?
Maybe.
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir! It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir!
Did I just hear a baby laugh? What?
This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So,
yeah.
This is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. I'm gonna just look coy away. Alright. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well? Are you starting to feel uncomfortable? Cat got your tongue? Are you feeling a little guilty now? You want to give up? I know you want to give up.
I've always been uncomfortable. Stop it. Stop staring at me like that with your smolder.
If I'm honest, so I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Enough of that. Get a room, you two. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. What the hell was that? Standing behind ready to report, sir.
Bro, behind him. Look what he's wearing.
Oh, interesting.
Unsavory memories of the most ecropic afternoon.
I just love the fact you got this guy.
Yeah.
Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Huh, weird. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a peculiarity.
Particularly. Particularly.
Golden curio of the military gentleman.
To the military gentleman. God, learn to read!
Who are you?
Oh my God, this whole... At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. Wah! I mean, I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
What?
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Alright, well, I already see a contradiction.
Oh. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. The wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and Is that a knife? Whoa, where did that come from?
Why do you got a knife in the courtroom, sir?
Isn't that not allowed? Whatever. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. I have a knife.
What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad daylight of day.
Broad light. But that's ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone.
What the heck happened to the wording? What?
What?
It was like a censor bar on the word didn't.
What? I don't know.
Over pixelated on the stream over to me.
Oh, interesting. Is that really true, Rinosuke? Did it give you a censor bar? I'm giving you that sexy eyes. Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Huh? I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang! Well,
I didn't shoot anyone. The gun fired off in my hand by itself.
I just magically entered onto the guy's chest. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Yeah. Rinosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Hurry! You have no time! Cross-examine? Oh God, what does that mean? Do it now! What? How?
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Huh?
Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige. Come on, Alex. Oh my God. Of doubt. Holy cow. Oh, I know that word. That's a word I do know.
Yes, it is. What? Why are you raising your hand?
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it? How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. You can't just object for waste of time.
Well,
the defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? By asking questions.
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Okay, there it is. Cosmo is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witness. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Rinosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence.
Yeah.
Right. Evidence. Why'd you stutter like that? Ignore that. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go, Rinosuke. Don't let them beat you. All right, then. It's all or nothing. That was the wettest slap I've ever heard. Bro?
Yes?
Oh, okay, you're still here. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a technical discussion. Well, we all know where it is, right? Okay. Myself, I was
extolling the virtues of fine
particularly
curios.
fine golden curio.
I don't care what you have to say.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the Englishman civilian. From the back, that cowardly weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of mysteriously assigned purchase curio. Okay. So... cute.
Yes!
So this black uniformed computer city cadet, you're saying that was... Arr! I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. Who else do you see around here in a black uniform, Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel! You unloaded the firearm on that man. From behind his back. And you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon. You disgust me.
Wait a minute. Hold a second.
What? Is this a butterfly?
What's going on?
What is it, Rinosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind.
It's the fact that he keeps saying he was shot from behind. That's the problem.
Do you see where the tree is?
It's behind you. It's right next to you.
It's right there.
My God, it's right there.
Where? In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it. Really, just all the way down. Do not even question where it's gonna end up. Just full
Gulp
force.
that mango.
Okay. E.
Hold on. Yes. E. Yes, the photograph.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes, about that. Why is it yes? Why is it not? Hold it.
I will pause for as long as I need to in order to make sure that these ... dots. Oh, what is he doing over there?
The old man is vibrating.
Oh, I'm getting ready to launch. My
He's got the smoke trail and everything.
Huh?
Oh. What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this what? Subordination? Do they mean insubordination?
No.
What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my moustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes, there's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense! What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
Man, this game is so great already. They make a character that you want to punch in the mouth so hard that he loses all of his teeth, and they do it so well.
Yeah, he's always the first tutorial
Yeah.
judge.
Oh. I want to punch him in the mouth.
Attorney.
This is so frustrating.
I want to punch you in the mouth.
Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court.
That's how I punch out your teeth.
Just like this. Kazuma? What?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Just wait until
Sergeant Iosa Nosa.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, what, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it?
I just realized one thing.
God!
Oh God!
Well, where's he pushing that back in? What the heck was that? What?
The amount of force I could feel that from the animation. Just
what was that? Something just popped out from behind his back and he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable.
The old man just vibrating in the corner of the screen.
Vibing. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak. Sir!
What?
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iosa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Inconsistencies, yeah. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about.
And that's what it's all about.
But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either.
Myself? I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Treasure?
Indeed! The Hawaii era Koban! My prized coin! Go! On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute. What happens in these games if the attorney isn't an ace?
Then they lose. In the hopes...
Streamlabs crashed.
What?
Streamlabs crashed.
Oh, well, you're not in here anymore. Try just, like, rebooting it.
Yeah, would you like to send a report? Yeah, send the report.
Okay, well, in the hopes of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
I can't believe my Streamlabs just... Then again, I was having connection issues even with my internet.
What else is
my web? Well, I mean, like my web browser, not my internet, but my web browser was just kind of blinking off and on.
We're gonna be right back. Entertain them for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my giant thing of water.
Okay. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Here I am with a crash stream. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. I have technical difficulties. Yeah. Difficulties. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I hate this. Why am I alone? Right. I can't believe that this happened once again to me. I'm not even seeing anything. What the heck is going on? Failed to save the local debug information. Just close. My goodness. Let's see if I can try this again. I'm really hoping that I managed to save the files and that they're not corrupted. Hey, granted, if they're corrupted, whatever.
I'm back.
Stream's starting back up.
Oh, I thought it was ready. That's why I was coming back. I'll just read it off, and you'll have to use your imagination.
No. As I said, it started back up.
Oh, you're good.
You're running. Yeah, I'm good. In the hopes of
on
a day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my Hoei treasure. Oh, I need to get my voice properly back. Okay, me. I'm just making sure that my voice is right.
It's turned into Yoda.
Believe that we would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative.
Is that Indian Yoda? What's happening here?
And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished.
This is one dramatic pause.
The Koban vanished? Hunting around under the table I was. In case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened.
And then happened it did. Ah! Every time. You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Time. Indeed I did. But I heeded it not, for I was concerned only for finding my absconded Hawaii treasure.
Well, gone.
Nothing could distract me.
Angry Yoda noises.
I can't say it was a surprise the screen crashing harder than Ryunosuke due to nervousness.
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
I see.
He's hopped up on more sugar than anyone I've seen.
Sugar? Oh, right. Yeah, sugar. That's what it is.
Yeah. That lamentable day, the precious Hawaii Koban was lost to me. Oh no, caffeine. That's what I was needing to really think of. He's on all that.
Yeah, it's cocaine. I mean caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine.
Cocaine.
No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. Nosa, you got something to say? Huh, buddy?
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to the Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
What?
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgiving to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Aochi?
Worry not, Your Excellency. Same difference. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as Curico glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Aedo. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Aedo, tension! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Oh, what the hell? Why a snot bubble?
Round 2. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Huh?
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was. That young lad in black, that much I myself did see.
Oh my god, he's turning more into Yoda by the second. Furthermore, a visual search of the premise at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. He is.
Therefore,
oh my gosh,
no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are. Oh God, he couldn't finish. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies.
Ugh.
It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
really?
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Consul?
Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Well, that doesn't mean that after the incident happened that the person didn't take the other stuff.
Or that that's the table that he was indeed sitting at. Look at the chair.
That's true. Yeah.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. Ugh, this doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table.
Yes, carbonated water. Gotcha. Yes, not bubbly. Gotcha.
No, of course not. That's too high class. It needs to be carbonated, not bubbly. I don't understand. What's going on here?
Champagne is bubbly.
It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him.
Do you have photographic evidence? No. Shut up.
Basically. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain.
On the testes of Great Britain.
On the testes of Great Britain. To think that I, Takasuchi Auchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
Okay, you doing all right, my buddy?
She was there. I swear. How can this be happening to me? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Renosuke. It is not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood?
I told you combining cooking and caffeine would make you see things. Yeah.
Rules can be so unbending at times.
Okay, so now we gotta do the actual hard part. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes.
What?
No. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. No, it's not. So, there you have it. No, I do not.
Have what? Daejun! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think that says it all. Don't you? And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korakura-san?
They better stop putting ... dots, because I'm waiting. Every time.
Well, to me, that's just them making a noise.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was.
Excuse me, my good sir. It's Yoda, it is. Yes, pointing his gun. Yes. See?
Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've already told you, I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. Yeah, I'm wondering
I had
why...
just finished drinking my coffee.
Why is Ark constantly pushing the button for all this, or is this automatic?
What? Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely pushing the button.
Why are you doing it for every moment?
Because it reveals more information, and I don't know which moment is actually going to give me the information that I need. It gives me more evidence.
Ola's in it too.
Hello there. I had just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, bang! A gunshot rang in my ears.
Huh. full of events beyond our control. Life is.
Sorry? What do you mean, Yoda?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas, conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Oh. Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you. With pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Standing over? What? But I wasn't standing over him. Furthermore, a visual search of the premise at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. No, because here's the thing. How could I have been pointing at it at his back if I was standing over him?
Right. It's called gun safety. Exactly.
But yeah, that's also
granted.
True.
This is ancient Japan where guns were still fairly new.
Yes. You must have noticed something else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. Well, here we go again.
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear.
Good for you.
And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
Ark. If only there'd been more people dining in there at the time. There's someone else that would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect.
Brother.
What?
Didn't the business card have 4 seats at the table that the guy was dead on? However, the table that was taken a picture of only had 2 seats?
2. Yeah. Okay, hold
Contradiction.
On. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Yeah, this one's facing away.
Well, yes, it's facing away, but there's missing 2 chairs.
Yeah, that's true. Certainly 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat.
Oh, God. Also, the angle that the picture was taken, you see the table in the background when... Well... No, yeah, I don't think you'd be able to see a table in the background with the position on the X.
Well, no, the position of the X says that there should be 4 chairs at that table. But here there's only 2.
Right, but if you see in the background, there's another table, which unless it's being taken from the upper left corner of that
or
table,
upper right,
which doesn't make any sense.
Or upper right.
No,
so in other words, if you're taking it from this perspective right here, you see this chair and then this chair.
No, the problem would be with that is the guy would be dead on the opposite side of the table.
No, there's no way that this is true because of that other photograph. He would have had been in
Mr.
this
Beast,
chair
they wasted
here.
A steak.
Oh, true. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone.
Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
You forgot the yes. There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
No, that's your cursor. It's like a teardrop on the guy's eye.
I'm crying.
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would have seemed that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hoda Clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. How did you check that? You don't have the internet. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really had no bearing on the case. Not like it was in his pocket or something.
I wonder. What do you think, Rinosuke? Oh, sorry, you're talking to me? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted to the evidence? Oh, yeah.
Yes, always.
Always. If I may, I would like to ask for that medical report to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? Because I said so. The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
These nuts grounds.
Suck it.
I beg your pardon.
I said suck it. You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Of these nuts.
Very well. The court will grant the defendant's request for him to suck these nuts. Later.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
You're a disturbing trend, D's nut. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. Also, add another one for the Uchi, who's now having to suffer some burns. Oh my god. The victim's medical report
has been entered into the court record.
Yay! What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you.
Huh. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you.
What does that even mean?
Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. They would leave many room for doubt.
Yeah.
Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korakuda-san. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
So we know this is the one that I'm going to have to present against, but we're going to see if there's more evidence first.
I was going to speak, but it's you.
Actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. So, the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well.
Yep.
As can clearly be seen, there was only one single beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one. Such a beefy steak.
No. Antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they are all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Oh, if I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea.
Look, if it's about the steak, it's a glistening beef steak. It's thick, it's juicy.
Just like the surgeon was having before everything was happening.
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
Almost like they took a picture of the wrong table. Interesting. Therefore, no one other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Yes. That's true. Wait, what? Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What did you say, cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the... Yeah, it is. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, that's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right.
Mosan.
Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
Well, she is shrouded in shadows every time we see her.
True. It's Miss Peacock. She murdered the body. But I...
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof.
Okay.
It's Musin. Run, it's Musin! It like the Musin.
And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made.
Okay.
It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I can say to that.
Yeah, just find evidence of the woman.
Yes. And now I go back. Excellent work, Rinosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I do. Speak for yourself, Rinosuke. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence. Brand new, fresh.
The beautiful evidence.
So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail? Huh? How exactly? Simply press E. You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press space, and you can take a closer look at that piece in question. Use
up, left, down, right, A, B, select start.
To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using WASD.
Oh, because you can't use your mouse, you gotta use...
I know, right?
Arrows.
You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missing before.
Okay.
Woo, woo, woo. If the crosshair starts to pulsate, press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Oh, right. I'll see what I can do. Back away. I need to use and space to inspect areas that look suspicious.
Why do we make it sound like he's getting aroused by new evidence? New evidence.
Click. It says Hoda Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics, almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection. Is that how I say that? In my right arm. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is the clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Whee!
Whee! Dentist.
Wait, what?
Oh, he went to the dentist.
It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record for a long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine. Going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, and then they demand a lot of money from you for the privilege, all when you're at your lowest ebb.
He's not wrong.
You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. For which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Healthy curiosity.
Achievement unlocked.
Wait.
The date was blank to me.
Oh, God.
Oh, the dates. What's the date say?
Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history.
Oh, God.
And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief.
He couldn't have a steak.
Thank you, brother. Yes. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. Oh, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner. Medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthesia effects have passed. Wait, really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical report card's information has been updated in the court record. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Duh. Also, before that, though.
What did you guys say again?
Doing on? Huh? Hold on. I need to go and examine something real quick.
What are you examining?
Ooh.
Oh. Chief Inspector.
Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look. You see that it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga? Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Whoa! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. Well, let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here... Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Also, there was something else.
Not who he says he is. He's not a waiter.
Yeah. This plan of the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely! It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say saw it. Exactly! And that's not all. Look here in the upper left where it says kitchen. Oh yes, what of it? No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen. Especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Inosuke. Hey. Entrance. Okay, well, it's the same thing. Never mind. Thank you. Okay. Backing away of that. Yeah. I want to see if there is... Nope, can't do anything with that.
That one you kind of can. Single bullet fired, close range, fatal hemorrhage.
Yep. So I can't do anything yet. So yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young man in black that much you to see.
Yeah, next one. This one.
The more visual evidence to confirm that they were the only personnel present. No. Didi was alone, the Englishman, dining all by himself?
Yes, that one. He can't have food or drink. He can't have been dining by himself if he couldn't dine.
Yes!
Yes! Well, I think,
About what are you, wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Rinosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks,
Really?
Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. You knew exactly what it is you wanted to say.
Huh?
Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking.
All right, building Ryonosuke's confidence. Gotcha.
All right. And thanks for the advice. Whew. These nuts. Korakuda-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. No.
Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Hmm?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. God, every time. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateur's drivel.
But
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. It's not true.
but that's the... Remember, Rinosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness's testimony the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil.
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
What? The outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hoda Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating.
Huh?
Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat? So what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't be...
Korakuda-san,
What, boy? What?
as you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No?
Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of anesthesia. Expertly done, partner. Oh, the baby's so cute.
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Ugh. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence.
Yeah, actually, this photographic evidence.
You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Yes. But he's not allowed to eat.
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Rinosuke? Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, that pun.
So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak?
It was the woman.
The court
With the
will hear
knife.
the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Oh, Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So,
The eyes darting.
the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been the victim himself, me, two new witnesses, or an as yet unknown third party. Yeah, well, it's gonna have to obviously be this one. Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, I will slice all of you in half and have no regrets about it. We will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrieval. Relentlessly.
Retrial.
Kazuma. Oh, retrial.
Are you insane?
Yes. Did you not hear me about cutting you in half?
You would take on the government?
For Rinosuke? Absolutely. Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand.
What?
What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury. And, since this is a murder trial, perjury! You will be deemed complicit within the killing.
Complicit? In murder? No!
I don't know why I took damage too, but damn! Hold it! Negative! There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. What tactical meeting? I was just following orders.
That's right, as the man says. Just as you never saw the government.
What?
The gentlewoman.
What?
Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh.
What? What did you just say, Karakuda-san?
No. No.
You were just following orders?
Now, hold on, man. I was,
Say you never saw the gentlewoman? When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order! Order! Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you?
that's painful.
You wouldn't.
Look
This
at
can't
this.
be happening.
Stand on it for a second, bro.
Wait, what?
You didn't see what was happening with the defendant or the witness?
The baby pulling on his mustache?
Yeah, that's freaking painful to look.
Oh, that's right. You have a mustache. You'd understand. I don't. Judging from the way they're reacting to this. There it is. I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Aochi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind all of this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. I think we have an idea. So, we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut?
We know the cough up blood.
Exactly. Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever really did wield his or her power here. But how? How could we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes. That's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. Go now. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait. Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes in my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is Kazuma, Yujin, Ayuchi, Wilson, Hosonaga, Nosa, Korakuda. Definitely this guy. Oh, it's R. Yes! Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosanaga-san. Hosanaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Poppycock!
You deserve these nuts, man.
What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter.
What? If he truly were?
Come on, Rinosuke. Time to hit the court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosanaga-san's real identity as proven by this evidence right here.
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant, sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure what we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? I'm too drunk for this. Or perhaps I should have said the front. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling details is.
Huh.
Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosanaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene?
Oddly enough,
well,
the waiter giving the orders.
Oh, I get it. Who? Ugh. Excuse you. Inspector Hosanaga. How did you get on the stand?
I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Oh, well...
Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court office at once.
Of course. Here you are.
Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card.
I knew what the problem was.
I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course! Your salary must be...
I was working undercover.
Undercover?
Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover.
Incidents at the restaurant? Kind of incidents.
That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide.
Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court.
Of course, Your Excellency.
We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct?
Correct, Your Excellency.
Unbelievable! As I suspected. Ah!
Oh no!
What's happening?
As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an English woman. Wait, that can't be right.
Why not?
Because the guy was dead in the seat right on the side of the steak, and he couldn't have been eating that.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that he saw the student with the gun in hand, and
right, but the woman would not be on the other side of the table. The woman would be in the chair that the man was dead in, where
Why?
the steak was.
Ah,
because she would have been eating
point.
the steak.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So the truth comes out.
I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders.
Special orders? You mean to say?
Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders.
But what if the Englishwoman was the killer?
I think it would be in everyone's best interests not to pursue that idea.
Huh?
The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil to name an English woman as the primary suspect. Well, Without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question.
So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right!
Huh?
One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Cosmo? UMA University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young English woman. What? You're a shrewd man.
I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour.
You mean...
When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Jezebel Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of UMA University's medical faculty.
What? What is happening here?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, except the stake, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies.
The kid being pushed back down by Nosa.
Just off to the side. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation.
Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone.
Huh?
However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
But, Your Excellency! That would mean missing the noon deadline of ruling an order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosanaga.
Yes, sir.
You will locate this Jezebel Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency.
At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
So, it won't be a problem?
Nothing will get in my way. Okay, he's put on the cool guy look, but the blood, come on.
Court will be adjourned briefly, and for the love of God, take care of that cough. The prosecution must call the English student Jezebel Brett to the witness stand.
Jezebel Brett.
Do I make myself clear?
Now, in these games,
Yes.
Now, in these games, the names are always some sort level of pun dealing with the person.
Your Excellency!
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. So what's the pun for judge?
Just judge, honestly.
What's the pun for judge? The fact that he's a judge, I don't know.
That's actually pretty much what it is. The pun is the fact that he's a judge.
I am judged. Okay, what's your name, Judge? Sir Judge. You're Judge? Yes.
Yes.
Judgment of Judge has been given.
His last name's Ment.
Ment, yes. Judge Judgment, yes. Sir Judgment.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, and barring all those technical difficulties, let's save here. Let's kiss goodbye to this hilarious proceedings.
Oh my god, Judgment.
Thank you all for joining, and until next time, don't be judging, because Judge Judgment might be there right behind you. Have fun, everyone.
Always watching. These nuts. And on my end, thank you all so much for joining us on this grand adventure. And until next time, remember to stay safe and don't get lost in the abyss.
Stay.
Ignore